The four-phase module of interest. Today we'll be looking at the interesting facts and strategies to enhance the completion of a goal or a task. One solution, such as motivational problem, is to use incentive to promote the other person to doing whatever it is you want him or her to do, complete, or accomplish. Interest is the feeling or emotion that causes attention to focus on an object, event, or process. The breakdown of the four-phase module: triggered, maintained, emerging, and well-developed interest. Triggered situational interests are interests that are triggered temporarily by features of an immediate situation, unusual sights or images, and sounds and words that can stimulate situational interest. Maintained situational interest, subsequent to triggered state, is the drive to finding the answer or completing a task and accomplishing a goal, and in doing so can maintain the interest. Emerging individual interest. Emerging individual interest requires some external support, i.e. peers, experts, and so on. Well-developed individual interest, characterized by positive feeling and more knowledge, more stored value. The idea of achieving a goal and accomplishing a task can be a huge motivation. If a person has the motivation to complete a task, then their interest in the completion of such task will become a big impact. If reward seems appealing to the individual, the task at hand appears to be more interesting and worth pursuing. Offering verbal explanation as to why an interesting activity might be beneficial, helpful, or important might also pique an interest. Allowing an individual to think for themselves in getting the job done can also be very rewarding. Something to think about. 3 factors contribute to the development of interest. This includes knowledge, positive emotion, and personal value. How can you develop an interest in learning? Develop a reading atmosphere to put yourself in charge of your own time and your own reading skills and your own reading material. Focus on your own interest. Reward yourself after reading a few chapters and make a game to complete the reading. Rewards are bound to control behavior, resulting in the peak of interest, motivate to complete the task at hand. How to be interested in a real-world setting. Within my workplace, I've become very invested and dedicated to my work. Like other jobs, there's always new things to do, figure out, and new trainings. Having stored knowledge and value towards my work, I've become very curious in the new things that are presented to me every day. And if something appears to stop me dead in my tracks, I'm not going to stop and quit. I'm going to reach out to an outside source, whether that's my boss, somebody else in my field, and another location to figure it out. The most rewarding thing about my job is I get to help other people, and I'm very dedicated. Trying to strive to be better, trying to strive to new goals, and helping not only myself but other people has become a very rewarding. It's almost like a reward system. Not only within a workplace but also in a classroom setting. High levels of interest are directly related to an increase in attention, memory, engagement, and thinking, and deeper comprehension. For this empirical research, the effects of collaborative video production on a situational interest of elementary school students. For this project, a group of students were told to write a script, create a storybook, and edit the presentation and present it in front of their peers. It appears that the students were very interested in this project, not only because they were able to work with technology, get out from behind the desk, and work with their peers, but they were able to work on something that interested them. The 4-phase model developed by Heidi in 2016 was used as the framework for this study. Interest is defined by the authors as a psychological state that motivational disposition that exists in or is the product of the interaction of people's characteristics and in their environment, Within a classroom setting, in a desk, reading off of a PowerPoint, a student might not be as interested in the lesson. So giving a student something that they can do, work with their hands, work with their peers, and create something that's their own will pique their interest and they will become very motivated. According to the authors, once interest begins to develop, a person's motivation and engagement also are both possible and beneficial and will lead to development of understanding and achievement. While the students were interested in this context, others may been an external trigger. For this reason, choosing the right kinds of triggers or activities can be seen as a significant step in development of the teacher's instructional design.